Hey guys, Fireblade here, and welcome to another part of What If Yang's a Saiyan. Technically this is a cleanup, but whatever, still another installment of it. Anyways, if you can already tell, this is a cleanup about Blake. Basically Blake's involvement with the fact that Yang's a Saiyan and how it gone through each of the volume. I did something similar to a cleanup for What If Yang's a Saiyan, and I was with the maiden power that Yang had gotten. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup on that right now. The reason why when Amber got killed it went to Cinder instead of Yang, because right before she actually died, Amber saw Cinder and remembered what she did to her, so her mind was completely focused on Cinder, which had the maiden power go to her and not Yang. Right. Anyways, now similar to what I did with the first What If cleanup, you would have to watch this one first before watching the next one, before watching part 6. Most likely you already have. I would have said that in part 6 to watch this one first. But yeah. However, unlike with that one, I'm gonna wait to upload part 6, alright? Anyways, Blake Belladonna, Yang's teammate and love interest. Well, as it seems so far. Right. Blake, I see Blake being more of a meditation type of person, especially with the event after the White Fang. I see Blake kind of take some time during the Beacon arc, I would say, to take some time to meditate, just to clear her mind, which would also help in her training. So Blake would do that, like either after school, before school, whenever she would have free time and just feels like she needs some training done. So one day, Blake is just meditating, right? Just like out in the courtyard, or not courtyard, maybe like somewhere out there where not a lot of students are by. But she's just sitting there meditating, and for the first time, Blake senses 2 power levels, one big and one huge. She doesn't know where this is from, but she gets a general idea. One is in the tower where Osmond is, the other is in the training room. Since Blake is closer to the training room, she decides to go over there. Now, Blake can't get an exact pinpoint idea of where that other power level is. She just knows that it's in that building. So Blake goes in the training room and see Pyrrha and Yang sparring, and seeing the just skill power that they're emitting, it kind of is a bit mind-boggling to Blake. Obviously, Yang is not fighting seriously, and neither is Pyrrha because it's a spar. But Yang was outputting enough energy to where Blake can sense that energy. And when she catches the end of that fight, which is where basically Pyrrha and Yang having their fists just inches from each other's face, with what appears to be Yang winning. They both smiled. Yang offers a hand to Pyrrha, or grabs it, and they just have a commentary based on how great that spar was. Blake is still shocked, and he's kind of putting to two that with that big power that Blake sensed, it either had to be Pyrrha or Yang. But knowing that how strong Yang is, and knowing Yang's semblance, she would like to think that it was Yang that she was sensing. She doesn't know how she was able to sense this. She doesn't go to anyone else because she doesn't know if this is a fondness only trait. And obviously I'm making this after volume 2 apparently. After volume 1 apparently. She doesn't know if it's a fondness trait only. So she's just keeping it to herself. And she's just meditating, trying to get a handle on it, until she does eventually get a handle on it by the time Yang regrows her tail. Well, not by the time, I say after the Paladin incident, Blake has a handle of ki sensing. She hasn't mastered it, but she has a handle of it. In fact, throughout the meditation, Blake too has also kind of discovered a bit of ki control. Just a little bit, just a pinch, but not enough to where she can say, oh, I can do this with ki. Not enough for that. In fact, after the Paladin incident, Blake forgoes all the training that she's done before. That is after Mountain Glen, but before the fall of Beacon. Right? Blake goes back to training and meditating. And this is before Yang actually goes to Ozaru for the second time, and where the girls actually knows that Yang is a Saiyan. And where Blake is still meditating more and is trying to experiment a bit more with this ki. In fact, because Blake has a more handle on it. In fact, by this point, I'd say Blake has a more handle of ki sensing than Yang does. She's almost at a level of mastery. While Yang, I still believe it's in the middle section, almost closer to a higher level of ki sensing. But yeah, Blake is almost mastered the ki sensing. And because of that, Blake starts to start messing with this ki control that she has been doing. The farthest Blake has gone is drawing out the ki, similar to how Gohan shows Videl in the Buu Saga, well, before the Buu Saga, but after. She was able to draw that energy out and is just surprised by this ball of energy. She thinks to herself, is this aura? No. This is different, but it feels the same. She doesn't know what it's called. So she doesn't really have a name for it. She just calls it energy. She calls it energy, which would be different than aura. Anyway, when Yang goes into Ozaru at Merlo's lab, Blake is sensing that Yang's energy is increasing, is skyrocketing because of the Ozaru transformation. And when they're told to try to cut off Yang's tail, Blake tries to see if she can use his energy to help. She cannot use it. So she ends up getting smacked into a wall along with the rest of her teammate. After she learns what a Saiyan is from Ozpin, from what Ozpin and Ironwood gathered, Blake is kind of terrified, but knows that Yang is different than what they supposedly know. Yang isn't this monster. She may have transformed into one, but that wasn't Yang. So Blake gives Yang the benefit of the doubt, and she's still relying on him. In fact, it is Blake who basically pushes RWBY. I don't know if I said this or not in the original. It was Blake who pushes RWBY to try to reconnect with Yang. And because of Blake, the two sisters are close again. Anyway, throughout Volume 4, the rest of the event happens as I said in the original, with the exception that Blake's not only Fauna's instinct tells her that Yang is getting dangerous in the fall of Beacon. Blake also senses Yang's energies increasing as well when Yang first transformed to a Super Saiyan. So, throughout the events of Volume 4, on the boat, Blake is just trying to get her mind straight right now. Just trying to calm her mind because she is still shooken up a bit. And the event with the Goliath, it would still happen the same. The event with Ilya, Blake actually overcomes it quicker because she is stronger. In fact, the ambush that Blake had been called into, Blake actually knows is an ambush, but she needed them to confess to their crimes, which is what Sun was there to do. So basically, for them, it was a trap for Blake. Blake used their trap for a trap on them. Yeah, after the fight with Ilya, Blake overcomes Ilya again stronger, which they all go to Haven to try to stop Adam. While she's outside, Blake is sensing multiple energies, and she recognizes 3 of them. Like, she recognizes almost every single one of them. But her mind is being focused on that one power her mind is being focused on that one power, the one that she herself has grown close to. Her mind is being focused on that. Again, at this point, she's already mastered. It was before the event at Beacon, before the fall of Beacon, where Blake had mastered ki sensing. Blake has a small handle on ki control. It isn't enough to where she's confident to use it, but she has a small handle on it. And when she goes in, she sees everyone there, and again sees their energy, senses their energy. But Yang is different. Her hair and the tail is different. Hair, eyes, and tail is different. But she knows that energy, key energy. She says Yang's name, where they have that moment again, which is a confirmation for Blake that yes, that is Yang. Anyway, the event with Adam still plays out the same, but Blake is sensing a huge battle on the bottom with Yang and Raven. So after that, it basically plays out the same. Blake does not tell the girls yet about key control or key sensing. Even though she should, she does not, because if she wants to tell them, she wants to at least have a bit more control of this key energy. She wants to have enough to control to where she can safely use it. Even if she hasn't mastered it, she wants to use it. She wants to have enough control to where she can safely show it, because if she uses it right now, there's a high chance that it can just randomly blow up something either in her face or just randomly fire off. Key control is different than what aura is in key sensing. Blake wants to at least have enough control to where it won't harm her or her friends or anyone innocent. So she doesn't really tell them yet. And yeah, that's basically Blake's side of this what if. Anyway, yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I hope you enjoyed this what if. And by the way, I will say in the next mainline what if in part 6, there will be a poll. What will that poll be? You'll just have to wait. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, Fireblade here, and I will see you later, whenever I make. Bye!